What's going on? Welcome back to Coach Dad Rising Beyond podcast. I'm your host, Larry Tyler, a father, a coach, and an advocate. And right now, I'm living through something every parent needs to pay attention to. Let me ask you something. If you were a father watching your daughter, right? If you was a father watching your child walk through an environment where you know people have already labeled her, have judged her, they've treated your child unfairly, how would you feel? Because when it's your child, this isn't about politics. This isn't gossip. This is about protection. And when someone tries to stand in between a father and his responsibility to protect his child, that's when things begin to change. They shift a little bit. So this podcast isn't about drama. It's about my truth. It's about the truth. It's about fatherhood. And what happens when a father refuses to stay quiet when his daughter is pretty much caught in the middle? So tonight, I want to talk about it. I want to share it. Let me ask you something. If you were in my position as a father, as a black father, watching your child, like I said, in an environment where you know people are labeling her, they've judged her, they're treating her unfairly, how would that make you feel? Because I'm telling you how I feel. I'm frustrated. I'm angry. Not the type of angry that, you want to fight people, but the kind of anger that comes from knowing you are supposed to protect your child. Think about that anger as a man, knowing that you can't. There's a fence, there's a barrier that's keeping you from protecting your child. Your child is unshielded. If someone is trying to stand between you and that responsibility, think about how that'll make you feel as a father. Understand, protection is not optional. For me, protection is protection. For me, fatherhood, it's instinct, it's duty. It's something that you wake up to every day. So when you have a system or a group of people that's pretty much trying to limit your presence around your child, that does something to a man. Think about it. That does something to a man. It feels like you're trying to take away my voice, my authority, my responsibility as a father. And I'm sure, fathers, if you think about it, that's something you're not going to take lightly. You're not. When I look at my daughter, y'all may just see a softball player. I don't see just a softball player. I see a young, beautiful black girl learning confidence, learning how to deal with adversity, learning how to navigate around people who may not treat her fairly. So as my job, my response is to stand there while she learned those lessons. Not behind the fence, not from a distance, but right beside her. I'm right there. That's what fatherhood is. So if you ask me what am I experiencing right now, I would say this. I'm experiencing what every father feels when someone threatens their peace, their safety, or the dignity of their child. I'm experiencing instincts to stand up, to speak up, to protect, and to make sure that my daughter never feels like she's walking through this alone. I cannot have that image. I can't. Of a father from afar. No father wants that image knowing that her father can't be there with her because of outside forces. So again, she ain't alone. She can't stand alone. And to make sure that my daughter never feels like she's walking through this difficult situation alone, because she doesn't have to feel that way. I can't have her feeling that way. She has a father. She has a present father. Let me be clear. And a father that's not going anywhere. So again, let me ask you the question. So what would you do if, speaking up for your child, got you suspended from the league she's playing in? Not suspended for fighting, not suspended for threatening anybody, suspended for breaking any rules, but just suspended for speaking up, sharing your experience, asking for fairness, a safe environment, a neutral environment. Because that's what I did. And this is what's happening to me. That's exactly what happened to me. I got suspended. Let me start here.